If you guys have been watching my content, you already know that on the night of the attack on Jade Cargill, I told you guys that Naomi is responsible for making Jade Cargill look like she lost a fight to the Red Hawk. I mean, the way she was smashed up on that car was crazy. And if you own that vehicle and you don't have insurance, GG's to your bank account. Let's move on. But I want to double down on the fact that Naomi did attack Jade Cargill. I mean, she did literally admit to the fact that she did it on Friday Night SmackDown in front of millions of people a couple weeks ago and, took responsibility for the whole thing. And for a bonus, she gave us some motives as to why she did it. Now, what if despite of all of that, what if I told you that Bianca Belair is more involved in this attack than she's willing to admit? And I know, a couple of weeks ago, if I told myself this, I would think I'm crazy. But if you pay attention to what's been going on in the story, there's some things that's been sprinkled without this storyline that gives us substantial proof to believe that Bianca has a motive as to why she would be involved in this. Now, before we break this whole thing down, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I would love to hear your theories in the comment section. So what I want to do is start off talking about the promo between Bianca and Naomi, where Naomi admitted to it. And then we'll retroactively snitch on Bianca Belair from things that she did in the past. So speaking of this promo, we saw what happened there really quick. Bianca comes out to the ring. She's trying to figure out who attacked Jade Cargill. Then she says, Naomi, we need you to come out. Naomi, come on down. Naomi comes out. She comes out there. Bianca asks her, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but Jade Cargill is smashed on top of the car and she's in the hospital now. Did you have anything to do with that? Then Naomi looks at her and says, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You see the body on the car? That was me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody crossed my path. I get crazy in the streets. That's what happened to them. And that part wasn't the crazy part. The crazier part was her motivation behind it, because in the motivations, there's something weird about one thing she said there. Now, the first thing she said is, I don't like the fact that I feel like a third wheel. I feel like an afterthought in our friendship with all three of them. And I think that's enough for someone not to like somebody, but not enough to really smash somebody on the windshield. But that's neither here nor there. But the part that really stood out to me is the fact that Naomi said she doesn't like the fact, and I'm paraphrasing, this is not verbatim, but this is pretty much the point she was getting across. She does not like the fact that Jade Cargill is riding the coattails of Bianca Belair and basically trying to steal her shine, right? Now, when you first hear that, you already know that Naomi is jealous of Jade Cargill, so she will probably say anything to get Bianca Belair to not be friends with Jade, just because she don't like her. It's almost a thing like, if I don't like her, you can't like her either, whether it be, you see something or I manipulate you not to like her anymore. But even in saying that, the question is, why would she believe saying that would cause Bianca to be away from Jade Cargill? Why would you think that'd be enough? Unless Naomi accidentally regurgitated something that Bianca and Naomi talked about in the conversation about Jade Cargill behind closed doors. Because I believe both women do not like Jade at this point in time. And they have it for two different reasons. Naomi already admitted to it, her feeling like the third wheel. But Bianca Belair probably at this point don't like the fact that she's riding her coattail and probably trying to take her shine. And now Naomi accidentally regurgitated that in that conversation. Now, why would Bianca Belair feel that way? We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we'll finish this promo and we'll circle back around to what I want to talk about in that situation. So further down in this promo, we see after Naomi actually admits to Bianca Belair that she did attack Jade Cargill, Bianca walks out of the ring, she walks off the ramp, and she starts to cry, and she's like, why? I can't believe you did this, blah, 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 all that stuff. What's important to note here is as Bianca's walking up the ramp, you see Naomi standing in the center of the ring. She's visibly upset. She starts to cry. She's upset. And one thing that she says that's very key is when she turned it to David Ruffin, she said, you ungrateful B, after all I've done for you, after all I did, X, Y, and Z, all that stuff. The reason why that's important, because a lot of us think that, oh, well, she's acting like this because she got exposed. And most people who get exposed when they're trying to hide a dark truth, they do this. They have this type of behavior where they deflect, they verbally attack people. Some people, unfortunately, physically attack people. They start to put the responsibility on other people. They do all of this crazy stuff, get belligerent because they're upset that they got exposed. And it's easy to believe that that's the reason why Naomi did what she did. But if you think about it for a second, I think with Naomi crying and saying what she said isn't what most people think it is. Now, I think there was a conversation between both of these women, okay? I think what happened here is at some point, Bianca Belair got jealous of Jade. She didn't like her riding the coattail. And maybe her and Naomi had a conversation about how both of them don't like her. And I think that Bianca was like, you know what? If we get her out of the picture, I ain't got to worry about her being on my coattail. And then me and you could be tag team champions, and you could be into, and it could just be me and you like it was supposed to be in the first place. And Naomi probably was like, okay, well, that makes sense. And Bianca probably convinced her, like, hey, if you're my best friend, if you really love me like you say you do, please do this favor for me, and I got you. I'll cover you. I got you. I'll take care of anything else. You won't get in trouble. All these different things, right? Naomi executed the hit. She does the hit. And when Nick Aldis shows in the video of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez walking in the parking lot, that's why they were acting all crazy, like, oh my God, I knew it was them. I knew they did it. I knew they did it. But I really believe they hired someone to record that video just to get people off of their trail so people can stop trying to investigate in what happened. I think that's what they did. And the reason why that's important is because Bianca Belair, once she saw Jade Cargill come out of the Elimination Chamber and attack Naomi, she probably noticed, oh, Jade Cargill knows who did this. She knows at least one of us was involved, right? And we'll go back to Elimination Chamber in a little bit. Now, when Bianca is thinking that, that is probably the reason why she probably told Naomi on that SmackDown, hey, if you love me like you said you do, you got to go out there and take the fall for the both of us. You have to go out there and act like you were the person who is culpable of all this because I can't afford this. Now, even though Naomi did get the brakes beat off of her Elimination Chamber, I'm pretty sure Bianca was like, you know what? I couldn't do anything for you. I'm sorry. I was in a pod. But this time around, if Jade Cargill comes around, I promise you, I will make sure she won't lay a finger on you. And the reason why I believe that part is because when Jade Cargill comes down after the whole promo between Bianca and Naomi, you see Naomi just stand there and look. And Bianca Belair stands there and looks at Jade Cargill and says, basically, this is out of my hands. And I'm pretty sure at that moment that Naomi was shocked. She probably was expecting Bianca to stop Jade Cargill and not allow this to happen again. And speaking on that promo between Bianca and Naomi, that's probably the reason why she was crying and she said she was ungrateful. She basically got the brakes beat off her Elimination Chamber. She took the fall for her, all these different things. She did this for Bianca, but yet Bianca left her out to dry in front of everybody to take the fall for everything. She probably was literally hurt about that. And then when you notice, if you see Jade Cargill walking down a ramp like she's Mr. X from Resident Evil, and Naomi doesn't even move. You can see it running through her head. Should I admit this to Jade Cargill, or should I run away to protect my friend? Because this whole time, Naomi knows that Bianca is involved in this, but she doesn't want to snitch on her friend. She's sitting there and taking the fall for it. Now, it doesn't mean that she's not responsible for this, because Naomi did do the attack, but I think Bianca Belair is just as responsible for this whole thing. Now, talking about what Jade Cargill says later on in an interview, she says that all she saw was Naomi. Now, there's a couple of things that can happen in that situation for her to only see Naomi. For one, Bianca, again, could have convinced Naomi to attack Jade Cargill. And Jade Cargill could have just saw Naomi walking away. Maybe Bianca and Naomi was there, and both of them pushed her, and it happened so fast that Naomi only saw Naomi. Jade only saw Naomi because Naomi was walking behind Bianca Belair, and she thought maybe it's just one person as opposed to two. Or when Bianca Belair was in that triple threat match, she already knew it was in progress. So it can happen while she's in the ring, so that can be her alibi, so it doesn't look like she was involved at all. And then you see Naomi with Bayley, and that could be Naomi's alibi as well. Both women planned this out to take out Jade Cargill. Now, what I think is going to happen in the triple threat match at WrestleMania, I think somewhere around that time, maybe on the day of, Naomi will get tired of taking the fall for something that not only she was involved in, but someone else was involved in, like Bianca Belair. She's going to get tired of getting beat up. I'm sure that's getting exhausting to get the brakes beat off of you all the time, every single month. And she's going to eventually admit to Jade Cargill what exactly happened, and you're going to see Jade Cargill come out at WrestleMania and attack Bianca Belair, costing her that championship match. I really believe that there has to be more to the story, and the reason why is because this is all happening way too early. I think if they're going to conclude the story, it'll be closer to WrestleMania. So there's still more to the story to be revealed, right? And the great thing about it is that Naomi, this is still going to keep her being a heel because she was the one to attack her, you know. And then Bianca Belair, just for knowing to sit there and watch your friend get beat up at Elimination Chamber, get beat up again on Friday Night SmackDown, that makes her a bad person as well, and that'll give her enough motivation to turn heel. So I hope they go in that direction. I think that's what's happening right now, but I could be absolutely wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So what do you guys think about that theory? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and it's going to be interesting to see when Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez find out Bianca Belair is involved and that she lied about the whole thing. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a great storyline. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Salute, peace. Have a great day.